Ever wondered how a bike engine comes to life with just a simple twist of the throttle? Well, it's not magic, but a marvel of engineering. The bike engine, a complex assembly of metal and motion, is truly a wonder to behold. Each turn, each rev, each purr of the engine is a testimony to human ingenuity. It's a symphony of pistons and gears, fuel and fire. But what goes on under the hood? What makes the heart of your bike beat? Stick around as we unravel the secrets of bike engines. At the heart of any motorcycle, you'll find its engine. The engine, folks, is more than just a chunk of metal. It's a work of art, a marvel of engineering. This compact powerhouse is the lifeblood of your bike, converting fuel into the mechanical energy that propels your ride forward. Imagine it as a heart, pumping energy throughout the motorcycle. Just as the heart beats to circulate blood, the engine fires to turn the wheels. It's a complex dance of precision and power where each component plays a critical role. From the piston's rhythmic dance to the crankshaft's steady turn, the engine transforms raw energy into motion. It's a symphony of mechanical harmony, each note resonating with raw power and adrenaline. Remember, the engine is not just about speed, it's about the thrill of the ride, the freedom of the open road. It's about the wind in your hair and the roar of power beneath you. So, the engine is the heart that brings the motorcycle to life. Scene script: dive into the inner workings of a bike engine. Imagine the engine as the heart of your bike, pumping power through its mechanical veins. To understand this heart, we must first break down its main components: the cylinders, pistons, and the crankshaft. Let's start with the cylinders. You might think of these as the chambers of the heart, where the magic happens. They're essentially hollow tubes where fuel and air mix, leading to combustion. The number of cylinders varies, but whether it's a single cylinder or a six-cylinder engine, each one plays a vital role in the power output of your bike. Next, we have the pistons. Picture these as the engine's workhorses. They move up and down within the cylinders, compressing the fuel-air mixture, then moving down again after ignition to create power. This up and down motion, driven by the explosion of the fuel-air mix, is the heartbeat of your bike's engine. Lastly, let's talk about the crankshaft. In the heart analogy, consider this the valve that controls the flow of power. The crankshaft takes the up and down motion of the pistons and turns it into a rotational motion. This rotation is what eventually drives the wheels of your bike. While these are the main players, remember that many other components are also hard at work. Valves let in air and fuel and let out exhaust. Spark plugs ignite the fuel-air mixture. Timing belts ensure everything happens in the right order and at the right time. Each piece, no matter how small, is essential to keep the engine running smoothly and efficiently. So, as you throttle up and feel the power beneath you, remember that it's not just about speed and thrill. It's about the symphony of mechanical parts working together in harmony, each playing its part in creating that adrenaline rush that only a bike can give. Each of these components plays a crucial role in the functioning of the engine. Now, let's understand how these components work together in a process known as the power cycle. The power cycle, also known as the four-stroke cycle, is the beating heart of the bike engine. It's a mechanical dance that happens hundreds, even thousands of times every minute. It's composed of four distinct stages: intake, compression, combustion, and exhaust. The first stage, intake, is like the engine taking a deep breath. The piston moves down in the cylinder, creating a vacuum that sucks air and fuel into the combustion chamber through the intake valve. It's like drawing back the string on a bow, building up potential energy. Next comes the compression stage. The intake valve closes and the piston moves back up the cylinder, squeezing the fuel and air mixture into a tight little package. This is the engine holding its breath, waiting to release the energy it's stored. Then we reach the climax of the cycle, the combustion stage. The spark plug fires, igniting the compressed fuel-air mixture. The resulting explosion pushes the piston down, turning the crankshaft and providing the power to move the bike forward. It's like the release of the bowstring, sending the arrow flying. Finally, we have the exhaust stage. The exhaust valve opens and the piston moves back up the cylinder, pushing the spent gases out of the combustion chamber and making room for the next intake of fresh air and fuel. This is the engine exhaling, preparing for the next breath. These 4 stages repeat over and over, creating the power that drives your motorcycle down the road. Each stage is critical, and each stage relies on the precise operation of the engine's components. And it all happens in the blink of an eye, faster than the human eye can see, but you can feel it in the vibration of the engine and the hum of the exhaust. And that, my friends, is how power is produced in a bike engine. But how does the engine get its energy? Let's talk about fuel. Fuel, in its simplest form, is the lifeblood of any motorcycle engine. It's the catalyst that makes the magic happen, sparking the combustion process that rumbles your ride to life. But how exactly does this happen? Well, let's dive into it. The journey of fuel starts in the motorcycle's tank. From there it travels through the fuel line, a conduit that delivers fuel to the engine. This path is crucial as it ensures a steady flow of fuel, maintaining the engine's need for consistent energy. Once it arrives at the engine, the fuel meets the air. This meeting is a critical step in the process. Air is drawn into the engine through the air intake, and it's here that it blends with the fuel. This mixture of fuel and air is what's needed to create combustion. The fuel-air mixture then enters the combustion chamber, the part of the engine where the magic truly happens. Here, in this tiny enclosed space, the spark plug ignites the fuel-air mixture, causing a powerful explosion. This explosion is the combustion we've been talking about. It creates a force that pushes the piston down, turning the crankshaft and driving the motorcycle forward. But the role of fuel doesn't end there. The quality and type of fuel you use can also have a significant impact on your engine's performance and longevity. High-quality fuel can enhance the efficiency of the combustion process, leading to more power and smoother operation. Conversely, low-quality fuel can lead to engine issues, affecting its performance and potentially shortening its lifespan. So the next time you're filling up your motorcycle, remember that you're not just topping up a tank. You're fueling a complex process that powers your ride, a process that starts and ends with the fuel you choose. So it's the fuel that provides the energy needed for the engine to operate. Engines generate a lot of heat, and that's where cooling systems come into play. They serve as the unsung heroes of the mechanical world, constantly working behind the scenes to keep your bike's engine from overheating. There are primarily 2 types of cooling systems at work in most motorcycles: air-cooled and liquid-cooled. Air-cooled engines rely on the flow of air over the engine to dissipate heat. They're simpler, lighter, and often found in older or smaller bikes. On the other hand, liquid-cooled engines use a fluid, typically a mixture of water and antifreeze, circulating around the engine to absorb heat. This fluid then passes through a radiator where the heat is expelled into the air. Liquid-cooled systems are more effective at controlling temperature, especially in larger high-performance bikes. So next time you're cruising down the highway, spare a thought for the hard-working cooling system, quietly preventing your engine from becoming a mechanical meltdown. Without a proper cooling system, an engine would quickly overheat and cease to function. So we've taken a journey through the heart of a motorcycle. We've unraveled the mystery of bike engines and discovered a world of intricate machinery and brilliant engineering. We started off by understanding that the engine is the beating heart of the motorcycle, a complex assembly of moving parts working in perfect harmony. We then took a closer look inside, at the pistons, the crankshaft, the cylinder and the spark plug, all of which are the main components of an engine. Each part plays a critical role in transforming fuel into power, allowing the bike to move. We explored the power cycle, a fascinating 4-step process that includes intake, compression, combustion and exhaust. This cycle is the engine's lifeblood, repeating thousands of times per minute. We also delved into how the engine is fueled. The carburetor and fuel injection system ensure that the right mixture of air and fuel reaches the combustion chamber, sparking the power cycle into action. And finally, we discussed the importance of cooling the engine. Whether it's air-cooled or liquid-cooled, keeping the engine at the right temperature is crucial for performance and longevity. So there you have it. A motorcycle engine is a marvel of engineering, a symphony of moving parts, all working together to create power. Next time you twist the throttle, remember the intricate dance happening inside your bike's engine.